Hola, this is Kai Pacha with the Weekly Pele Report. I'm over here at Tabacan. Beautiful. The actual temperature of this water is warmer than body temperature. Let's talk about the astrology for March. This is the Pele Report for March 1st, 2017. Today, Sun conjunct Neptune. Perfect time to be at the spa with the hot water river going on. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Let's look down over here. I gotta just give you a little shot of this place. It's really amazing. So Neptune, god of the waters, god of the ocean, god of chaos. Poseidon. Beautiful time to be relaxing, letting go. I'll get into the interpretations later. But right now, I just want to give you a little bit more of the aspects that are going on. You made it through the eclipse. If you're listening to this report, hallelujah. Talk about intense, hey. Oh my goodness. So that was last week, and I talked about how Mars was conjunct Uranus at the same time. Yeah, just Monday, a couple days ago, Mars was exactly opposite Jupiter. Tomorrow, Thursday, Jupiter is exactly opposite Uranus for the second time. This is a big, this is a big aspect that's going on between slower moving planets for most of the year. Jupiter is opposite Uranus, so to have it exact is powerful, yeah? And the big news now, Venus stationing and going retrograde at 13 degrees of Aries. She's been traveling along with Mars for a couple of months, and now she's decided to say goodbye and go down into the underworld. I'll be talking a lot about that underworld experience of Venus over the next 6 weeks. She's going to be retrograde until the middle of April, yeah? So that's very powerful. Mercury conjuncts Neptune on Saturday, just as Venus goes retrograde. And so then, of course, the Sun and Mercury are just traveling together. Mercury's been catching up to the Sun, pretty quick here. It's moving along very rapidly. And so we're going to have a Sun conjunct Mercury on Monday. Last but not least, before I get too far along here, let's just go into the moon. We had that eclipse. Yeah, new moon conjunct the sun in Pisces. Moon's gone into Aries, and it's going to stay there until tomorrow, Thursday. Going to go into Taurus, and then all the way through Taurus, goes into Gemini, and we have a first quarter moon in Gemini. 15 degrees, 5 minutes. You can look at the chart at the beginning of the report for a real full blast of that, yeah? Speaking of a full blast, how about this? Oh yeah. I love waterfalls. Cut it out. All right. So, before I look at the camera, probably the last thing I want to say is by next Tuesday, the moon goes into Cancer and again is going to trigger, right, this whole string of everything that's happening between 18 degrees and 28 degrees. I'm going to talk a lot about if you've got any planets between those degrees, you're really getting it. So here we go. Okay. This is my first underwater video. Actually in the frickin' hot tub, man. If you go upstream up here, the water is actually 103 degrees. That's 39.5 degrees centigrade. We are on the volcano, Arenal volcano in Costa Rica, and yeah, the volcano heats up this water. So the whole river is a huge freaking hot tub. Wow. So perfect, yeah, for Neptune. Sun conjunct Neptune. And, you know, that is about nirvana, samadhi, bliss, union, oneness. And it's very passive, very meditative, very like, I don't want to get out of this hot tub. I don't want to get out of bed. I've got no ambition, no drive. I don't care about anything. I just want to relax into the beauty and oneness, yeah, of spirit and nature. So we had this eclipse, okay, right there on the south node. And the south node is the path of, you know, of the past. Known, familiar, been there, done that. Kind of want to go back to the womb. Like before I was born. Like let me out of this cold, cruel, harsh planet Earth experience. It's been pretty challenging because this Sun, Neptune, Mercury, South Node, Chiron, all in Pisces is like, I just want to check out. Play music, dream, sleep, whatever. And then, the flip side of that, Venus, Mars, Uranus moving through Aries, you know, is the, like, talk about a polarity, okay? Opposite Jupiter, it's like the world is coming at us more and more, and partnerships and business and responsibilities with the Pluto squaring from Capricorn. And it's just like, and even, you know, Saturn and Sag is squaring all that Pisces stuff. So we've got this real kind of thing going on. Should I stay or should I go? Should I check out and relax, flow down the river of spirit? Or am I supposed to, like, step up to the plate and really, like, you know, hammer my way through all this bullshit? So these are, you know, these are soul questions, soul issues. Like I've been saying in these reports and these webinars I've been doing every week. There's another one coming up on Friday. Another free webinar, 5 o'clock Central Time. This one is with Tim and Mona, yeah, both new paradigm astrologers, deluxe galore. Check it out. I'll put a link below in the notes. But this week is what the Pele report is about. And I just want to say that it is time. Venus retrograde. I'm going to be talking about it for 6 weeks. Retrograde, reflect, review, go inward. And it's interesting that it's in the sign of Aries. My sexuality, my masculinity, my drive to go forward and pioneer, start, achieve, cut the cords and leave the past behind. That's what this week's mantra is all about. I kind of summed it up in the mantra, yeah? I need to repack, retrograde. I need to repack the trunk of this car before I continue this trip. This trip being life. Okay, yeah? For there are some things I need to review, and some things I can no longer take with. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about baggage. We've all got baggage. We weren't born yesterday. We've had relationships. We've had jobs. We've had degrees in school and friends and family, and we are all carrying the emotions, the memories, the complexes, the conditioning and the patterns, the grief and the sorrow. Okay, we're carrying a lot of baggage in the trunk of our car. In dreams, the car is always a symbol of your vehicle, your body. Yeah? And this is Chiron. And this is, I'm doing this whole retreat over in India in November. Yeah, the yoga, the cleansing, the purification. Our organs, our physical body carries our anger, our fear. All of our diseases and health problems have their origins in attitudes, thoughts, beliefs that lead to emotions, fears, grief, and sorrow that's carried in our gallbladder and our kidneys and our liver and our hips and our sexual organs. And this is where problems come up. The physical body is the final destination, the final result of our spirit, mind, emotional reality, yeah? So this is also a time where we can be feeling very physically drained. That's why we don't want to get out of bed. We are so stressed out. We are so overwhelmed. We are so sensitive right now. Our antennas are growing by leaps and bounds every second. I'm connected to the universe. I'm feeling everything. I'm feeling you. Don't look at me like that. It reminds me of my mother. My past life father. I mean, whoa. So we got to repack the trunk. We got to review. Where? It's like we're all getting triggered. We're overwhelmed by stimulus and sensation now because it's triggering stuff we've been carrying, shadow stuff we've been maybe avoiding or denying, coming up from the collective unconscious, which is Pisces. It's all kind of bubbling up like the spring of the volcano at Arenal. So we're getting to feel it, but what we need to do is kind of sort through it, because there's some things that we can no longer take with us. Some people, some relationships, some belief systems, some of our old values, some of our old definitions of success or fulfillment. Like we got to a certain place, or we, are married to a certain person, or we've succeeded at a certain vocation, or we've, really gotten a family, or, we've built a house, we've done, so it's like, okay, I've done what I thought would lead to fulfillment or success or everlasting joy and happiness. And guess what? The wheels keep on turning. There's no fixed final state of heaven. God, Goddess is evolving. Gaia is evolving. We are evolving. The wheels keep on turning. You cannot hold on to joy. You cannot hold on to success. You cannot hold on to happiness. You cannot hold on to your money. Yeah? It's just like everything is changing. Change is the only constant. So this mutable eclipse, and even Aries moving in now, Aries is starting new stuff. It's like no sooner do we do the royal flush and get rid of some of our old, stuff than what? New stuff comes in. So we got to repack the trunk. We got to take everything out, look at all of our beliefs, all of our baggage, all of our definitions, all of our values. Do I still value that? Do I still want that? Is that still important to me? That was important to me a long time ago. It doesn't really, So Venus retrograde is reviewing. 6 weeks of reviewing. Yeah? Going down, going in, feeling our feelings, and we're going to be coming up and re-emerging again with a new set of values, maybe new goals, new relationships. But we want to seize the day, seize the moment, seize the time to do this reviewing process. And that means stepping back a little bit. So this Mars, and even Mars, it's going to move into Taurus, you know. I mean, things are going to be changing in that way too, but I think Mars in Uranus may be, you know, coming up with, and it's a beautiful trine to Saturn. Did I talk about that? Mars is exactly trine Saturn, what? Sunday. And the Mars trine Saturn this is a very good time for establishing healthy boundaries. Like shutting the door. It's time for me to meditate and review and reflect. I'll call you back later. I'll Facebook you later. I'll email you later. I need to like turn off all this Jupiter relationship stuff and go inside. Very good time for that, yeah? So this is really, it's a good week. It's not easy necessarily. It may be challenging, you know, to lay down some lines, lay down some boundaries, lay down some personal needs. But it's a great way of defining who you are. Yeah. It never stops down here on this planet, man. All right. Mantra one more time. Boogie out of here, yeah? I forgot my computer, so I don't even know how I'm going to get this sucker up on YouTube. It may be a little different. I don't know whether I'm going to have captions or anything. I don't know could be a bare bones Pele report. Anyway, I need to repack the trunk of this vehicle. I need to repack the trunk of this car before I continue this trip, for there are some things I need to review and things I can no longer take with. May you just take the best, the ripest mangoes, the best fruits of your life along with you. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.